Welcome to another episode of Ink and Impact, Episode 7, Silent Roots, the women who shaped the thinkers of the world. Some stories were never meant to be loud. Some roots never break the surface. But their silence doesn't mean they didn't grow, didn't sacrifice, didn't shape the very trees we admire.
Before you delve into the upcoming episode, have you considered joining this podcast supporters club? It not only unlocks exclusive content, but also means you are actively supporting your favorite podcast. Check the link in the episode description for more details. Now, let's get back to the episode.
Today we trace the silent root of Mileva Marić, a woman whose ink may not have signed the theory of relativity, but whose soul was woven into the men who did. Mileva, Einstein's first wife, a Siberian physicist, a mathematician, a mind that met his before the world had any idea who Albert would become. Let's start with what's documented, what the scholars will tell you. No, she didn't publish a paper. No, her math scores weren't exceptional. No, her name isn't on the special theory of relativity. And yet, there is evidence documented, only what's stamped and signed for business, right? Or is documented evidence only what's stamped and signed on the name of a business? Or can a woman's contribution live in the letters she writes, in the vision she shares, in the midnight conversations where equations and dreams are one and the same? Their love, if you read between the formulas, was a meeting of the minds, a partnership that understood they were building something bigger than themselves. Scripture reminds us in Judges 4, it was Deborah, not hidden but rare, who judged and led Israel. She wasn't the commander, but she was the confirmation. She wasn't the soldier, but she was the strategy. And when the battle was won, Barak knew who really held the sword in the spirit. Some women like Deborah bloom above ground. Their roots burst with the surface and bloom with trumpet-like force, but others like Mileva are silent roots, feeding, strengthening, holding. She helped steady the ground beneath genius. She walked through Einstein's youth, was the first to understand his unspoken theories. Their letters, hundreds of them, show trust, ambition, exhaustion from bearing genius in an unequal world. He signed a letter once, Albert and Mileva, on a draft of theory. A moment, a shadow, maybe a truth we'll never fully grasp. Yes, history will say it's hearsay, that she wasn't mathematically strong enough, that Einstein didn't need her. But history often looks at only what can be measured. Never what was felt, never what was endured, never what was poured out unseen. The light, like the root of a tree, deep beneath the bark of fame, Mileva was working, studying, loving, hurting, believing. And though her name wasn't etched into the world's memory with formulas, her memory was, or has been, honored. A plaque in Zurich, a bust in her Siberian hometown, a high school named after her, a gravestone 60 years later, because silence doesn't mean forgotten. Her ink wasn't in vain. Her work, whether whispered in equations or mothered into children, was still work. Not all roots bloom above ground, but without them nothing stands. And every thinker we've ever lifted up high stood on soil watered by someone else's unseen sacrifice. So today I honor the silent ones, the women whose names live in footnotes, whose brilliance was overshadowed by proximity to greatness, but who were great nonetheless. To Mileva, your story may be debated, but your impact cannot be erased. And to every woman listening, your roots matter, even if they never bloom for the world to see. You are still holding up a forest. Thank you for listening to Ink and Impact. If this moved you, share it with someone whose roots deserve to be recognized. We'll be back next week with another story of the unseen. Until then, write boldly, even if the world never reads it. Bye, Lilies.